welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we have another whiskey on the cask that doesn't have a brand on it. It's called the, what does it? Smoky Scot. Yeah, but on my script I already have the distillery on it, because it's not that of a big secret. It's Islay Malt, and we already do know the distillery where it is from. It is from the Caol Ila distillery. Does it carry age statement? It doesn't carry age statement, but we do know the age statement. It's a 5-year-old. Yeah, it's a 5-year-old from the Caol Ila distillery under the brand of Smoky Scot. It's 46% ABV, without coloring, without chill filtering. And if you look at the color, yeah, I didn't use any color because it barely does have color. And yeah, it was matured for 5 years in ex-bourbon casks. Doesn't say first fill or second fill. If I look at the color, maybe they do have a few second fill in there as well. And yeah, there's not much more on that bottle. It has a nice map of the Isle of Islay on there, and a lot of smoke whiffs on the label. And yeah, it is a bit of a, I would say, entry-level whiskey, heavily peated and rich in flavor. 46% ABV, product of Scotland, aceo.co.uk. And that's pretty much it, what it says on the ACOE Spirits number 9, the Old Barn, Higham, Gloucestershire, GL28D, and ACO Spirits. Yeah, doesn't give you much of what is in there. I think it's one of these whiskeys that are just meant to be enjoyed for their smoky goodness and not just talked about that much. I think the name Smoky Scot is programmed here. It's a smoky Scottish whiskey. Yeah, so let's judge it for the flavor. Heavily peated. Heavily peated. So there are heavily peated whiskies that kind of hide their flavor. So in the nose, this one doesn't. This one goes straight into your nose and says, "Hello, I'm heavily peated." And that heavily peated makes it really difficult to smell anything else in there, because it's just very, very, very present. Very malty. Yep, the maltiness comes through. So it's a bit creamy malty that gives the smokiness, that round flavor. That roundness to it. So yeah, it's very smoky as well. The smoke is very forward, very light. It's not ashy, not phenol. It's a little bit of phenol type, and not phenol type. What was it? Aromatic smoke. A little bit of aromatic smoke, but it's very crisp. Yeah, it's also has a bit of, let's say, crispiness to it. The smoke can't really be crispy, but it has a crispiness to it, like a little bit of a roasted note. So maybe it was toasted bourbon barrels, probably, but it's not that sweet. So it doesn't have that many dimensions. It's a fine, smoky whiskey with not that many facets and nuances to it. All in all, it's a straightforward, smoky Scottish whiskey. That's it. It's pretty easy drinking. It doesn't have, except for the heavy smoke, doesn't have anything that really triggers or really activates you. It's not, even though it has 46%, it doesn't burn that bad. It's the alcohol is very laid back, relaxed to it. For the bit more advanced connoisseurs, for the beginner, it will probably burn pretty bad. All in all, heavy smoke with a few heavy pleasant smoke with a few malty, crispy nuances to it, but few of them. And at least here in Germany with a very good price point for premium whiskey. I'm not quite sure if it's that premium, but that time will tell if consumers think the same as me. If you see it, it's not that expensive, so you might as well try it if you are really into smoky whiskey. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.